Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Kelsey and I do a lot of makeup, beauty, hair related videos as well as some college lifestyle, and I'm very excited for today's video. It is back to beauty related, of course, and I'm going to be reviewing the Spellbound Beauty Co. Book of Enchantment palette. I'm so excited about this. If you don't know, Spellbound Beauty Company they are owned by someone named Ryan Troy, I believe is his name. And I found the company on Twitter. I found Ryan on Twitter, and I was so impressed by the looks that people were creating with this palette, and I was so excited about like the theme. I think it's absolutely amazing, and so I started following him and seeing all the amazing launches and everything. I knew that I finally had to buy from this company, so I did. I bought the Book of Enchantment palette, which is the second palette that Ryan and Spellbound Beauty Company have come up with, as well as a crystal ball highlighter, which I actually do not have with me. I will probably do a review on that, maybe like on my Insta story, so if you aren't following me on Instagram, you definitely should. And yeah, before we get into it, I'm going to go ahead and show you a tutorial on this look that I have today. It is using the Spellbound Beauty Company palette. There is also a Book of Divination palette, which I will definitely be picking up in the future. That was the first eyeshadow palette that this company launched, and it's very pretty. I just wasn't able to get my hands on it yet, but when this came out, I saw that it was perfect for fall, and I knew that I had to get this one, so I did. And yeah, so I'm going to show you the tutorial using this palette, and then we are going to jump into the review. Like I said, if you are new, please like this video. If you love reviews, if you love fall themed palettes, then definitely go ahead and leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel if you are interested. I would really appreciate it. Like I said, my name is Kelsey, and let's just go ahead and jump into the video. Alrighty everyone, so like I said, we are going to be using the Spellbound Beauty Co. Book of Enchantment palette today. This is what the palette looks like. It is so beautiful. It is perfect for fall time because there's a lot of like berries and oranges, but also some darker colors because, you know, we're getting into the darker, spookier seasons. It's almost Halloween and I'm very excited. October is going to be so much fun. But yeah, so we are going to just go ahead and do a look today. I'm thinking a halo eye. Now I have been using this palette for a while, so I've done a bunch of different looks using it. I did do a halo eye, so I'm probably going to be more or less recreating that a little bit, but I think I'm going to change it up just a bit. So the way that this palette is laid out, we have definitely more of like the pinkier tones in the middle. We have some of the orangier brown tones up here, and then all of these up here are satin finishes. They're a little bit more metallic, not metallic, but they're all satin finishes, all shimmers, and then over here is a pressed glitter at the very end. So absolutely stunning, and the formula is really nice, and I'm excited for you guys to see it perform. So I have my ColourPop brushes in front of me. I also have my other brushes in front of me. And yeah, I'm ready to get in it. I have two mirrors set up, the one in the palette and one here, so that I have double the space to look. I'm prepared. So I'm going to go in firstly with the ColourPop E19. It's just this pretty flexible, somewhat dense crease brush. And I'm going to go ahead in with the color Hex, which is the purple right here, Hex. And I'm just going to pat that in to my crease. I'm going to take it out here on the outer corner as well and kind of use it to form the shape that I want to make. And I'm patting it in, not blending it in yet. Just patting the color where I want it to go. And I'm taking it all the way into the inner corner. So now what I'm going to do is take my color switch. If I can, there it is. I lost it for a second. I'm going to take my color switch and I'm going to get all of the color off of that brush, but I'm not going to dip it in. I'm just going to take that same brush now with no pigment on it and just kind of lightly buff out the outer edges of that color. Just kind of begin to build that blend. And you can do this with a fluffier brush too, but I want to keep it pretty precise as to where the color was. I don't want it to get too messy, which is why I'm using the same brush. I don't want to necessarily move the color, I just want to blend it a little bit. So now what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take a slightly denser and smaller brush. This is the E21. Looks like this. I'm going to go ahead and again clean that off. I think I'm going to go in with a mix of Winifred and Enchantment. For some reason that color combo is seeming really cute. And I'm going to put this, I'm going to try a new technique today that I've never heard of before, but I heard it from Cody J. He calls it like the 50-50 rule, which is about half of that color goes directly on top of the crease and about half of it goes above it, and that will help blend and buff the colors together. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going in with a very, very light hand to do this, because like I said, I don't want to take the color up too high, but I definitely want to add a little bit of a different tone there and blend the colors together. I'm so used to having another thing of light that it's very odd not having another light here. I'm used to having my desk lamp. These colors are blending out really nicely. There's definitely more pigment on the outer corner, but that's where I did concentrate most of the color, so that's not surprising. I'm going to take that combo and also go on the outer corner a bit. Okay, so now I'm going to take a super fluffy brush and I'm just going to make sure that it's completely clean and just blend everything together with a really light hand. As you can see, I'm kind of holding like down at the bottom of the brush. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a packing brush. This is the ColourPop E3. Once again, clean it off, and I'm going to go in with a combination of Curse, which is this dark, dark brown, almost black here, and Incantation, which is right above it. And I'm going to put that on the outer and inner corners of my eye. And that's going to be where our main halo comes from. And again, I'm just going to stamp it on and then slowly blend it once I have the pigment I want. I don't want it to be too dark, but like I also don't want it to like not exist. I'm going to be really careful in the inner corner because I don't want to bring this in too much and take away real estate for the color that's going to be in the center or in the halo. I'm really kind of vibing with this right now. I'm not going to lie, I was a little skeptical about it at first, but like as I'm seeing it come together, I'm kind of really liking it. Okay, so now I'm gently going to take no additional product, just what's left on the brush. And I'm just going to slightly drag that through my crease just to connect the two sides. I might grab a little bit more pigment, just a hair. But that way it connects the halo. Beautiful. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my finger, and I think I'm going to take a little bit of this color here called Amulet, which is that gold that's on the top row. Set the mirror back up. Every time I pick up this palette, I lose the mirror's angle and stuff like that. I have to reset it up. So I'm just going to take that on my middle finger because, you know, that's how I apply colors. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I'm just going to put that right in the center. And I'm going in with a pretty light hand because this color doesn't need to be too in your face, because I am actually going to top it with that pressed glitter so you guys can really see what that glitter looks like. But this is just going to give that glitter a bit of a base. And I'm just going to use my finger to also blend this into the darker colors on my outer and inner corner. I have to go back in with the brush that I used and blend them out. There we go, just a little bit of gold, nothing too crazy. So now I'm going to take on my ring finger, I'm going to take that pressed glitter Eternal, which looks like that. So pretty. And I'm just going to pat this on incredibly gently, because I don't have a glitter glue, so I don't want this to get like everywhere. And I'm just going to concentrate it right on top of the gold. And this glitter is like a pink and orange glitter. This is really, really pretty. It's going to contrast really nicely with the dark outer corner. That's gorgeous. I really like that color. I think it's perfect for fall. Okay, so I've now done both eyes. You saw me do this one, I then did this one. So now we're just going to go ahead and finish up with some brow bone and inner corner highlight, some lower lash line action, and some eyeliner and mascara, and then I will jump to the full review. So really quickly, I'm going to take my ColourPop E20. This is like a little accent brush, and I'm going to take the color from the Book of Enchantment palette Lumos, which is right here. It is a beautiful like pearl shade, perfect inner corner and brow bone highlight. There's almost always one of these in a palette, and you know, I kind of live for it. So do I have like 50 of the shade? Yes. Will I ever stop loving it? No. So I'm just going to put that on both brow bones and use that to kind of blend out that orangey pink work that we did. Mirror down a little bit for you guys, don't mind me. I'm gonna go right into the inner corner as well, so that'll also contrast the dark like inner third of the eye that we have going on. Very cool looking. I just find that putting brightness here on the inner corner just ties together just about any and every look, and when you're as tired as I feel, it just helps make you look a bit more awake. So gotta blend that out a little bit. Alright, so now let's go in on the lower lash line. So I'm going to take my ColourPop E6, this is an angled eyeliner brush, and I'm going to go in with that first color that we used, Hex, which is that purple shade that we used in the crease, and I'm just going to apply that to about 2/3 of my lash line. And as you can see, I'm using kind of like little shaking motions, and that'll help really pack the color on. And this eyeliner brush is so thin that it really helps keep it tight to my lash line so that you can really get the pigment, and then I always blend it out later with a slightly fluffier brush. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with my ColourPop E18. This is like a larger accent brush, arguably flat shader. And I'm going to go in with the upper crease color, the combination of Enchantment and Winifred, sorry, these two right here, and blend that out. And I'm going in with a very, very small amount of this pigment. I don't want a lot. Like maybe 2 or 3 taps only on the top here. Wow. Oh yeah, I'm vibing. Definitely very spooky season, and I'm living for it. Alright, so I'm going to just go ahead and put on some eyeliner, mascara, and finish off the rest of my face, and we will jump back for the review. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get into the review. So like I said, Spellbound Beauty Company is a new indie brand. It is owned by a man named Ryan Aaron Troy. Here is his Twitter if you are interested. Not that you can see it because, you know, reflection, but that is his Twitter if you are interested, and I'm very, very excited about this palette. You may or may not have been able to tell from my tutorial, but I have been using this palette for several weeks now. And I absolutely love it, so I'm going to give you all of my thoughts and opinions starting from the outside to the inside, and yeah, so we're gonna jump into it. So first thing, the aesthetic though. Like, can we just... This is amazing. First of all, I love the fact that it's laid out like a book. You know, you have the spine, you have the front and back cover here, so it looks like a book. But just the aesthetic of, you know, Spellbound Beauty Co. and like the design and work that's been put into the front and even the back of the book. It's absolutely amazing. There's so much detail, and you know, it's all about like witchcraft and I guess voodoo. I don't know a whole lot about that stuff other than like, you know, my childhood is like Halloween Town, and like I know it from like the spooky end of it, but not a whole lot else other than that. But I just think that this is beautiful. The front cover, well, just the cover in general is a little bit textured, but it's really, really smooth. I love the pop of color on the font and on the inside here. The spine is plain. It's really, really thin, so it is perfect for travel, which is amazing, and I just can't stop staring at it. So it's called the Book of Enchantment Artistry Palette, which gives me a little bit of like James Charles vibes, and I'm kind of into it. So I showed you what the palette looked like in the tutorial, but this is what we have. So beautiful, perfect for fall time because you have like the cranberry and deeper oranges and deeper reds, deeper purples, some dark colors, some shimmer. I just think this is perfect. The glitter in here, beautiful. And then of course you have a mirror on top. So I love the mirror. I think it's a really good size. I think it's a really good mirror, so that's definitely really good. So let me go ahead and swatch all of the colors for you. I'm gonna try and swatch them all on my arm. So we're gonna go, which way do we want to do it? I guess we'll do it this way. I hope that you guys can see all of these. These are not the best swatches. I know. I'm gonna take a photo of it as well at the end. I know it's kind of hard to see in my lighting right now. So that's what we have so far. I still have the bottom row to do, but that is what they're looking like right now. So that's what we have so far. I still have the bottom row to do, but that is what they're looking like right now. And that is the bottom row right there. I will insert some swatches, like some swatch photos for you guys. And then that way you can kind of form your opinions and, you know, better lighting and such. I'll actually do those swatches with a brush too, so you can really kind of see the difference between how they apply with your fingers versus how they apply, at least swatched with a brush. So, my opinions. The first row, which is the all satin shimmer row, is really, really beautiful. All of the shimmers feel the same. They all are really smooth. At least in the swatches, they don't come off super pigmented, but they do come off very pigmented on your eyes, which is fantastic. I really love this color in the center here called Lust. It's like this cranberry I mean, it's a cranberry shimmer with like a little bit of an orange undertone to it. And like I said, the glitter is just absolutely beautiful. It is what I used on my lids today, as you guys can see. I just think that first row is absolutely beautiful. And then all of the mattes down here, other than the color Grimoire, which is actually, it's a matte with a little bit of like gold flecks in it, which supposedly helps the matte formula be a little bit smoother and more blendable. I don't think I've ever personally tested that theory, but I know that's what a lot of companies say, so that's what I'm telling you guys. When you swatch the matte formula, it feels really chalky and dry, but all of the colors are really, really pigmented and absolutely beautiful. And normally when you get a chalky feeling eyeshadow, I find that they tend to be less pigmented, but that is not the case with these shadows, which is really, really nice. So I think that they are beautiful, and again, the color scheme, it just completely screams fall. Absolutely amazing. I definitely think that this middle row here is my favorite because I live for these types of colors. The color here at the bottom called Curse, which is like that dark brown black, really, really pretty. One thing that I will say, and it doesn't seem to be a problem when I like tip it over, but sometimes when I go to grab an eyeshadow, the pans feel a little loose, almost like the glue that's holding them down or the magnet that's holding them down is not 100% secure. So that's just something to note. So like the pans will shake a little bit, but I mean, they're not falling out of my book, so I feel like it looks like a Harry Potter book where it just like flies away. Sorry, I've been in a massive Harry Potter vibe so far, so it's amazing. So like I said, this is a look that I've created with it. I've definitely created, if I use the lighter colors on this end, you can actually make a pretty summery look. You can do like a tropical eye, which I did. That was like the first look I did with this palette. I really like this glitter here at the end. I love it for halo eyes. I think it's absolutely stunning. Let's see, what else can I say about it? I already said that it's really, really, really thin, which is awesome. And I like the way that it's laid out on its side. I think that you can get a good amount of, there's not a lot of wasted space in this palette, which is really, really nice. And overall, I just think that this palette is really, really pretty, and I will definitely be picking up the Book of Divination, and I will 100% be purchasing from this company again in the future. So like I said, if you haven't checked out Spellbound Beauty Company, they are on Instagram. The Instagram is Spellbound Beauty Company, but the company is not on Twitter. So if you want to know more about this company through Twitter, you have to use Ryan Aaron Troy. You have to use his Twitter account, and he talks about all his launches and everything like that there. So overall, absolutely amazing. And I'm just starting to really get into indie companies. Like, I've always kind of been afraid to try indie companies, but I want to be able to support these smaller creators and help them launch their businesses. And you know, sometimes you just need a change from the mainstream makeup, and this is definitely a change that I can get behind. So that is everything that I have to share with you today. I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and again, if you haven't already checked out this company, you absolutely should. I've posted about them before on my Twitter and on my Instagram and everything like that, and I will certainly be having more tutorials in the future, probably with this palette. So yeah, that is everything. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting my channel. It means so much to me. I hope you all are having a wonderful start to your fall season. The fall season starts in like 2 days, and I'm very excited. Yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will definitely see you in my next video. Bye, everybody.